All right, well, my name is Winston. I grew up in an environment where good was bad and smart was dumb. And I had really good parents that taught me right from wrong. But the issues I had growing up is that when I was following these really great instruction, I would get made fun of. It slowly led to me making decisions that was totally out of character, and deep down I knew was wrong. I was blessed with the opportunity to play football, and I was blessed with an opportunity to receive a full ride scholarship to Mississippi Valley State University. The problem was, again, I was trying to seek approval of others that I shouldn't have. I just kind of went down this bad trail of bad decisions, just morally bankrupt, basically. And I made decisions that led to me getting expelled from the university. And I went from being a starting athlete to working at a grocery store as a bagger for a whole year. So I was thinking that my opportunity was done. I was never going to college again. And then I just randomly get this call from an old coach. And then the wild thing was, it was a Christian college. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go. I ended up graduating from the university, and I got blessed with an opportunity to play for the Coventry Jets in Coventry, United Kingdom. We ended up making it to the championship, first time that our team ever made it. As we celebrated, I drunk way too much. I drunk to the point that I blacked out. Due to my decisions, I played terrible in that game. But we ended up losing, and kind of depression kind of sunk in. So next year I was like, I'm going to try harder. And I end up tearing my ACL and both sides of my meniscus on my left knee. My career was done. The reality sunk in. And again, whereas football was used to fill that hole in my heart, it was gone. So I felt empty. And it's just this deep depression. I remember staying in my room and not leaving. I just didn't care anymore. I didn't feel anymore. The biggest thing that gave me pleasure and made me feel whole was gone. Eventually, I got sick. I got real sick. And I remember waking up, I could barely move. It felt like negative 20 degrees. So they immediately admitted me into the hospital. I remember the nurse told me that basically they were waiting for me to slip into a seizure because my body temperature was so high. And when I was in the hospital, I just felt like God used that opportunity because I couldn't go anywhere, and only person I can talk to was him. I look back at my life and I feel like he was trying to talk to me, but I was too busy and put him on the back burner. And I felt like finally that hole that I kept trying to fill, it was finally being filled with God. And it finally put me at peace. Even through chaos, it put me through peace. And I wake up the next day to my nurse checking in on me. And she's like, oh, wow, your degree's down. And she said, well, if it keeps going down like this, we're going to release you from the hospital. And it slowly finally went down. And I really started to realize that what I was feeling with football, God can only feel that. And I finally submitted to his will in that moment. I slowly got connected to Lifehouse through turntables. Spence realized that I really had a passion for helping youth because I felt like I should be a mentor just like how others were mentors to me. And I really specifically wanted to go after the troubled youth that people given up on because I felt like people didn't give up on me. So I connected with Jason and we started doing a lot of events in the community. We even went to New York City for Hope Day. Jason and Spence came up with the idea about, since I play football and I want to give back to the community, how about you start a football camp? So I started, with the help of Lifehouse, started Big Win Football Camp. It's a camp that's tailored to inner city families that couldn't afford the camp. So I bring people that used to play professionally and they talk to the youth, and we also talk about the gospel. At the end, we do this big gospel presentation, and it's just a good feeling, finally giving back and hoping that we can really fill our hearts with God. He used my situations, even though they were very difficult at times. He used those situations now to where I can appeal more to troubled youth.